Okay, let's dive into this. You hear it all the time, right? This idea that the cash in your pocket, a physical dollar, is somehow real, while something like Bitcoin is just, internet money. It feels like one has all this history and weight, and the other is just some kind of digital mirage. Well, today, we're going to pull back the curtain on that idea. So just look at this. You've got the dollar we all know on one side, and the Bitcoin logo on the other. This visual right here, it's the heart of so many arguments. What actually makes one of these things real and the other one fake? It seems like it should have an easy answer, but trust me, what we're about to uncover is way more interesting than you think.
All right, so let's start with what everyone thinks they know. This is the classic paper versus pixels showdown, the so-called battle for legitimacy.
Yeah, the common thinking goes something like this. A dollar? You can hold it. It's printed by a government, backed by a whole country. Bitcoin? Phew, it's just a bunch of code floating around on the internet somewhere. End of story, right? One's real, one's not. But what if I told you it's not nearly that simple?
To really get what's going on with Bitcoin, we have to do something kind of weird. We have to flip the whole thing around and really deconstruct the value of the thing we all take for granted. Let's call this section the Emperor's New Dollar. No, seriously, stop and think about this for a second. What really gives that piece of paper in your wallet any value? I mean, at the end of the day, it's just a blend of cotton and lemon. The ink costs next to nothing, and it's not backed by gold anymore. That ended decades ago. So what's the magic ingredient holding it all together?
Okay, check this out. Let's put them head-to-head in a legitimacy test. First row, physical form. Dollar is paper, Bitcoin is code. Okay, different. Got it. Second row, central control. The dollar is run by the government. Bitcoin, a decentralized network of users. Again, totally different. But now, look at this last row, the source of value. This is the whole ballgame. For the dollar, the source is collective belief. And for Bitcoin, whoa, it's the exact same thing, collective belief.
So what on earth is this collective belief? Well, it's pretty much what it sounds like. It's the shared, unspoken agreement we all have that something has value. Think about it. You accept a dollar bill as payment only because you're confident that the next person will accept it from you. That shared trust, that mass agreement, is the value. It's nothing more, nothing less.
And that right there, that brings us to the big reveal. We've just found the secret ingredient, and it's the exact same for both. It's all about a shared story, and the only thing powering it is belief.
So when you boil it all down, the only truly major difference between a dollar and a Bitcoin isn't the technology or who's in charge. It's simply the story that society tells about each one. The dollar's story is old, it's familiar, it's reinforced a million times a day. Bitcoin's story, it's new, it's kind of nerdy, and the world is still figuring it out. But the engine driving both is absolutely identical. Now, just let this quote sink in for a minute. There is no more legitimacy between a dollar bill and a Bitcoin. People only believe a dollar bill has more legitimacy because society collectively believes it does. That's it. That's the whole game. It's not about some objective physical reality. It's all about a shared social one. And getting this isn't just about winning an argument about crypto. This is like getting a brand new lens to see our entire economy. It's about seeing past that value mirage. So what's the big takeaway for you? Well, first, value isn't some fixed thing out there in the world. It's completely subjective. Second, it's created by a shared agreement between people. And that leads to the really practical part. You now have a new tool. The next time you're looking at any asset, a stock, a house, crypto, whatever, you can ask the real question, what's the story here? And how many people believe in it? So let's circle all the way back to the beginning. That first question we asked about what makes one real and one fake. Well, it turns out we were asking the wrong question the whole time. And here's the punchline. The real question was never about paper versus pixels. It was never about real versus fake. It's about which story has more believers. It's just a competition of narratives, a battle for our collective belief. And once you see it that way, everything changes. In the end, value is just a story we all agree to tell. The story of the dollar is a classic. It's been running for a long, long time. The story of digital assets is just getting started. And that leaves us with one final, fascinating question to think about. What's the next chapter?